Hello, nerds. Ooh, feedback. Hello, nerds. Can you guys hear me? This is a unplanned live stream, but I figured this is just too big news to skip, right? We gotta talk about this this freaking poll. So I have pulled it up, and we are gonna look at it together. Can someone just confirm that you can hear me so I'm not talking into silence? Yeah? Okay, here we go. Let me share my other screen. El Sharo. Okie dokie. And we are good. Okay, so here, of course, is the poll we're all talking about. This is the Emerson poll highlighted here. And you see Yang, this is in descending order. 3, 4, 3, 2, 2, 3. Oh boy, what is that? Is that an 8? Dude, I don't think we've ever been this high. 8%, okay? Let's look at this row here. 8% is higher than who? Is it higher than Harris? Yes, it's higher than Harris. Remember when Harris was 15? Is it higher than Buttigieg? Remember when Buttigieg was the big dog? Bye-bye. Who's in front of us? Guys, we're number 4 in this poll. Number freaking 4. Unbelievable. And who's in front of us? Who is in front of us? Are they the secretariats? Are they the Obamas? Are they the all-powerful candidates that are completely infallible? No. You know who's next? Sanders. Sanders is next. He's great, but his time has come and gone. His ideas have been basically taken over by other candidates. He's no longer the fresh alternative to Hillary Clinton. Then you've got Biden. We know Biden is struggling. He never goes on any interviews. He doesn't do any long-form Q&A. In the last debate, he was not very strong. And then you've got Warren. Now, we got to give respect to Warren. Warren's at 23, and she's, as I think we all know, she's our prime competitor. So now you may be thinking to yourself, oh, wait a minute. Maybe Emerson's just like totally screwed up. So I looked in I looked back to other Emerson polls. So here we are at 8. Let's go down and find the next Emerson. Here's another Emerson, August 26. You guys can see that. And you've got Yang at 4. So it's not like Emerson always favors Yang. And it's not like Emerson had him at 1 and suddenly he's at 8. And then if we go back further, we have Emerson in July and had Yang at 2 right here. So we've got Emerson in July giving us 2, and then August giving us 4 up here, and now giving us 8. So this is a nice steady progression. This doesn't seem like a very strange, like, oh, he's at 1, now he's at 10. And Casey Fergus, yes, this is a national poll. So we're going to go into this specific poll now. And I've got to keep an eye on my clock here because I actually have a work call that I need to go to, and I can't be late for that. Otherwise, I'll get fired. Then I'll really need that freedom dividend. Okay, so let's look at the Emerson poll in greater detail now. First of all, can we just enjoy this chart? I mean, guys, let's just soak this one in, all right? Do you guys remember when we used to be all the way on the right-hand side? Huh? The right-hand side, like next to someone else? Like we used to be there. Sometimes they wouldn't even put us on the freaking bar chart. And now we are only 3 away from being all the way in the pole position. Biden, Warren, Sanders, Yang. No Buttigieg, no Harris, no Booker, no Castro, no Beto. Oh my God. So no Klobuchar. Come on, forget about it. No de Blasio. Forget about it. Oh my God, this is so awesome. Okay. Now let's go into a deeper dive here. So you might be wondering like, oh, well, is this like some poll of like Rhode Island? No, mofos. This is national poll. Okay. NATIONAL. Not as good with spelling, but I can do math. Okay. So next, I wanted to look at. Now, unfortunately, they didn't give us head-to-heads with Yang because probably when they designed the poll, they weren't expecting Yang to do as well. So unfortunately, they did head-to-heads with Harris, even though we are better than Harris. But let's acknowledge something here, guys. You know what this says? This says Warren, Biden, Sanders, and Harris are going to have a huge problem going against Trump. And Trump hasn't even gotten started yet. Okay. So this whole notion of, oh, well, we got to vote for Biden. He's a safe choice. Dude is at basically a statistical tie because it's plus or minus 3 percentage points. In fact, does any of the quote unquote top tier Okay, sorry guys. Freaking internet. Russians are coming after me. All right. So I think I'm back now. Please say in the chat if you can see me. Okay, so the question here is with a plus or minus 3 percentage point statistical error, do any of the quote unquote top tier candidates have a chance of beating Trump? Can they significantly beat him? Where the survey says, oh yeah, so-and-so will beat Trump. Well, let's look at Warren. Technically, she's 51 to 49. You could say, oh yeah, she can beat Trump. But since it's plus or minus 3 points, she could be as low as 48 and he could be as high as 52. So the sort of distributions of the two predictions overlap, which means you cannot say that Warren definitely beats Trump. What about Biden? Biden's at 50, Trump's at 49. Similar story. Biden could be as low as 47. Trump could be as high as 52. What about Trump Sanders? Same deal. Number one, Trump is actually projected to be higher than Sanders. And but in fairness, we got to be fair. It is possible that Trump could be at 48 and Sanders could be at 52. So that's a tie. And then you have Harris. Oh, Harris could be, no, she could be as high as 51 and Trump could be as high as low as 49. So effectively, all we know now is that no quote unquote top tier candidate can beat Trump. Now, why is this important to know right now? Part of the reason is Trump has not even begun. He has not begun his onslaught. He has not begun to dismantle any of these opponents. Remember what he did to Clinton. He was relentless against Clinton. I mean, this is a person who, even with the Access Hollywood tape, beat a dynasty, the Clinton organization. So if Warren and Biden and Sanders and Harris are having trouble competing with Trump here now in September before he's even unleashed his dogs on them, forget about it. Okay, next. One thing I wanted to note here is how they did the poll. What's interesting, and I don't have time to compare this with other polls, but you notice that it wasn't only landlines. It was 667 that were called on their landline, but here 352 were done through an online panel. So that's pretty interesting. And maybe that explains why Emerson is showing a little more support for Yang. It might not be as dependent on calling people on their landlines. Okay, now I wanted to do one more thing. Is somebody asked, what's Amazon Turk? It is an online service where you can pay people small amounts of money to answer like survey questions. It's kind of like SurveyMonkey, but they can do other things for you as well. Now I downloaded, we're going to really nerd out. So on the polling information, there was a little link just for us that very few people probably click on, which is this little download button here. They got all the data. So we're going to get that data. All right. So here you can basically see in great detail the composition of the people that they interviewed in terms of males and females, 491 males, 528 females. I can make this a little bigger. Sorry, guys. And then you can see whether they did Democrats or Republicans. And I think the most interesting thing is here we go, Yang. Where are you, Andrew? There he is. Okay. So this is how they get to the 8%. So they have, now this is what exposes a little bit of the volatility, because when they say, oh, Harris has 4%, it's 18 people that said they supported out of, let's see what the total was. Out of almost 500, or perhaps even more, probably looks like closer to 1,019 that were surveyed, of which 384 were Democrats. So out of the 384 Democrats, then you can see, okay, well, how many said they were pro-Yang? And so that's where you see Yang getting the 36, which is about 8% total. And then you could see like, all right, well, where was he getting a lot of support? Look at this. He gets a lot of support from Republicans. He gets a lot of support from Republicans. So he had 13 out of the 1,000 people saying they preferred him. How many Republicans did Harris get? 0. Buttigieg, 0. Warren got 3 Republicans. Biden got 2. Bernie got 4. Julian 1. So if you look at this, what you see here is exactly what we've been saying, which is, oh, then Klobuchar got 0 Republicans, Beto 0, Corey 0, Tulsi 0, Bullock 0, Delaney 0, Ryan 0. Basically, no other Democrat got any meaningful Republican support except for our man, Andrew Yang. So why is this important? This is important because we are not in this to win the Democratic nomination, right? We need to win the whole damn thing. And in order to win the whole damn thing, we cannot rely entirely on dyed-in-the-wool Democratic Party loyalists. For sure, we're going to want them. We're going to want the whole Democratic coalition. But we also need to get some independents and some Republicans. So when you look at independents, we got 2. Harris got 1. Oh, I will give respect. Buttigieg did get 10. So that's interesting. Yang got 13 Republicans and 2 independents, 15 total. Buttigieg got 10. So respect to Buttigieg. Buttigieg seems to be drawing from beyond just the Democratic loyalists. And then you've got Warren. Well, she got 18. And so she's legit. But when you think about who's getting Republicans, you got to go with Yang. He's getting the most Republicans. So now what else What else can we look at here before I sign off and go back to work? Let's see. Ooh, let's look at this. I will definitely vote for this candidate. So this is a measurement of how strong the support is. And guys, I have not looked at any of this data, so we're going to do this real time. It may not be all good news for us, but let's take a look. So what percent of people will definitely support Yang? Of those who said they support him, 12.4%. So out of the people that said they will support Yang, 12.4% said, no, I'm definitely for Yang. 4% said, I might change my mind. Okay. Now, if you look at Harris, how many people will definitely vote for Harris? 1.3. There's not a lot of love for Harris. Okay. I know you guys want to see higher than 12.4, but you got to compare. How many people will definitely vote for Buttigieg? 3.4%. Uh-oh. Much lower than 12. Okay, Warren, respect. She got 16.7. But remember, Yang got 12.4. I mean, he's right behind her. How many will definitely support Amy Klobuchar? 0.4%. How many will definitely support Beto O'Rourke? 0.2%. Booker, 1.6%. Tulsi, 1.7%. I won't even go through the rest because they're all pretty low in the less than 1% or less than 2%. So I think what we're seeing with Yang is much stronger Republican support and very strong definitely will vote support. Now let's, in fairness, acknowledge Warren had 16.7% definitely versus our 12.4%. And Biden, wow, Biden got 31% definitely. Bernie got 25% definitely. Julian Castro, 0.6% definitely. And then a bunch of people that we don't care about because they're in the GOP primary. Okay, let's see what else we can look at before I move down here. Donald Trump or Joe Biden. This is not that interesting. This is just saying the head-to-head of the Yang supporters. Ethnicity? Let's look at ethnicity. Okay, Yang, we've got, he gets Hispanic. Look at this. Hispanic, 26.5%. Let's look at old Julian. Where is Julian? Ooh, 1.4% Hispanic support for Julian Castro. What about Booker? 0. Dudes, the Hispanic vote could be our secret weapon. My God. And then, okay, Asian, very strong support. 31% of Asians support Yang. Where the heck are these other Asians going? Let me just see. My brothers. Oh, who's this? Bernie, 29%. And probably, I'm guessing they're big on Biden. 27% and 29% for Bernie. Yeah, so Yang is number one getting the Asians, but not by that much. I guess it's kind of cool. Like, it's not identity. Like, not all Asians are going to support Yang. And then for African Americans, ooh, okay, let's be real. Let's be real, guys. It's 0. We need to work on the African American voter. Good news is a lot of Hispanics, but we also need the African American voter. Where are the African Americans going? Are they going to Harris? 9.9% of them are. More are probably going to Biden. 32% to Biden, 20% to Sanders, 4% to Castro. wow, Castro's getting more support from he's getting a bigger share of black voters than Hispanic voters, which is really interesting. I mean, it's kind of encouraging, like people are voting for principles and they're not voting purely on people from the same ethnicity, which is great. So takeaway here, white people. We should talk about white people. We're not doing well with the white people. We're at 3.5% of the white people, whereas Harris is getting more of the white people. Buttigieg has 10%. And then most of the white people are going to Warren. She has 32%. So Yang basically is very strong with Asians and Hispanics. Needs to work on the white and the black. Okay, next, let's look at age. And I got to keep an eye on the clock because I got to go to work. I hope my boss doesn't see me streaming and be late for a meeting. Okay, next, where are we? Wow, we have 25. Okay, here's a stat. Here's a stat, bros. 1 out of 4 18 to 29-year-olds are supporting Andrew Yang. 18 to 29, man, we are crushing the 18 to 29. Let's see. Booker, he only has 2% of 18 to 29s. Beto has 0. 0, Beto. Klobuchar, 0. Harris, 1.9%. We are crushing the young folks. Buttigieg, 4.7%. Warren, only 16. We have more young voters than Warren. Biden, way more young voters than Warren, than Biden. Biden only has 7.8% 18 to 29-year-olds. And 29 is not that young. Ooh, respect. Respect to Bernie. He's got 33% or 32.5% of the young folk. Okay, so, but I would say we're at 25, so we're less than Bernie. We're number 2 in the Democratic race for the young vote. So take a freaking bow, Andrew MF Yang. Take a freaking bow, man. Number 2 for 18 to 29. And let's also acknowledge for the Hispanic, who was higher than 26.5 for Hispanic? Bernie. That's it. Only Bernie on Hispanics. So we are number 2 on Hispanics and number 2 on 18 to 29. We are weakest with 50 to 64-year-olds, only 1.9%. But interestingly, stronger on 65 and plus. Of course, now we're getting into really small numbers, so this could be kind of noisy. So I wouldn't read into that too much. But I would definitely read into the fact that we are crushing it with the young folk. Okay, education. College graduates, 15.7% of college graduates support Andrew Yang. Only 3% of college graduates support Harris. Only 4% support Buttigieg. Okay, respect. Warren, she's got 17%. So she's got a little more than us. We've got 15.7. She's got 17. Biden has got 29. Bernie's got 19. Okay, so we're number 4 on college graduates. And then post-grad, 2.3. Not as strong on post-grads as who's killing it with the post-grads. Looks like 18. Warren. Warren's got the post-grads. And let's look at the high school or less. 3% for Harris, 4.8 for us. Okay, we're doing pretty well with the high school grads. 4.8% versus 3 for Harris, 1 for Buttigieg. Ooh, 18 for Warren. And, ooh, wow, high school or less, Biden is crushing it. Almost 40%. Wow, okay. All right, respect. I don't think we can brag too much on education other than we are number 4 for college graduates. And then let's see, let's check the clock. Okay, just a few more minutes, then I gotta go back to work. Moderates, we are Whoa, dudes. 20% of moderates support Andrew Yang. What percent of moderates support Harris? 1.9. Buttigieg, 13.2. Warren, 8.4. We have 20% of moderates supporting our campaign. Warren has 8.1. Okay, Biden has 36, not surprising. Sanders has 8.8. Bros, oh my, we are number 2 on moderates. So if you're racking up the badges, number 2 on Hispanics, number 2 on 18 to 29, number 2 on moderates, I'll take all of that. Freaking A, man, we're like the number 2 candidate. This is why it's going to come down to us and Warren. Telling you. Okay. Now, for somewhat for very conservatives, 7.3%. Whoa, Harris has a lot of very conservatives. That's strange. Oh, because of her prosecutorial activities in the past. Buttigieg is 0.5%. Warren has 9.5% very conservative supporting her. Biden 29. Okay, we're not going to win the very conservative race, but I don't know that we care. So who's getting the very liberals? Not us. We're at 2. The very liberals are going to Warren at 39%. Okay, now money. We have 16% of people making more than 100K. So any of your friends who say that, oh, people just support Yang because he's giving away money, dude, the people who are making 100K or more, 16% support Yang. Only 4.8% support Harris. Only 9.3% support Buttigieg. Okay, freaking Warren, 21. But we're close at 16 to 21. It's not a big deal. Biden, 22. Sanders, 7.9. We're number 3 for more than 100K. And then people say like, oh, the only people that support Yang want a handout. Then you would argue we should be crushing it with people making less than 50K. And yet the people, whoever's crushing it with less than 50K, you know who that is? It's Sanders, Biden, and Warren. So we are not the candidate of just like, oh, the people that support Yang want the handout. A lot of people that support Yang have money. And a lot of people that don't have money don't support Yang. So do not label us as the handout candidate. Okay, now what do the people that support Yang care most about? I got 5 minutes and I got to run to work. They care most. The people who care most about gun control support Yang. 23. You know, he does have a good plan. He's very logical. He's not like if you look at Beto, who obviously is famous for gun control. No one for whom gun control is their number 1 issue supports Beto O'Rourke. Okay? We have 23.6. Who's got higher than 20 point? Oh, okay, Warren, freaking Warren. We are number 2 for gun control candidates who care about gun control. Number 2. So now we got another badge, a number 2 badge. The economy, 19. 1 out of 5 people who prioritize the economy support Yang. Only 4% Harris. Only 7% Buttigieg. Only 13% Warren. All right. Biden, 23. Oh, no. That's my reminder. I got to go soon, guys. We're going to get in trouble. Oh, this is so much fun. Sorry, I can't keep doing this. But yeah, the economy, we are freaking 1 out of 5. Who's higher than 19? Just Biden. Yeah, we are number 2, bros. Number 2. Oh, no, number 3 because looks like Sanders had 19.5. Number 3 for people who care about the economy, support Yang. And I think we're gonna have to wrap it. There's just too much data here, guys, and I don't have time to go through it all. But let me just summarize, okay? Let me just summarize. Freaking huge, okay? Number freaking 4. Biden, Sanders, Warren, Andrew MF Yang. MF Yang, 8 MF%. Number 2 for young people. Number 2 for Hispanics. Number 2 for people making over 100K. All right? It's on, mofos. It's on. It's happening. And if you're fired up like I am, please remember to go give this man some money. Not me, not this man. Give Andrew money by going to tinyurl.com/NFY20. And I will get to interview him again, and I will ask your questions. If you didn't see the first interview, go check it out. It's on my YouTube channel. I got to go back to work, but I wanted to do this quick impromptu unboxing of data because it's so freaking fired up. It's so freaking amazing. Okay? Keep it real, guys. Let's do this all the way, man, all the way to the White House. Do it.